One, two, three, four, five. 5 consecutive months of coding now, guys. We made it there. And this month we only had 2 projects for some reasons I'll get into later, but they're 2 banger projects. One of them being a memory game and the other one being our first e-commerce store with just the front end functionality. That's it. But it's awesome. I want to take a second right now and thank you guys. We're almost at 100 subscribers, so I appreciate all of you guys for subscribing and watching the journey. And yeah, so about this month. This was probably the hardest month I've had coding so far. You name it, it went wrong. I had everything. I had motivation issues. I came across a difficult project and kind of got stuck and felt walled. Burnout, distractions. I mean, you name it, it happened during this last month. It started strong. I started with the memory game in React. It was nice. I understood what I was doing. I was learning. I was progressing. And then we moved to our e-commerce store. And again, it was more of the same thing. And I'll show you guys those projects in a bit. Don't worry, like I always do. But everything was rolling. We were on a roll, man. Everything was clicking. I was getting it. I was grooving. I was like, man, I think I'm ready to make a resume. And then that winter storm hit. And just like that, everything changed. So I live in Texas, and I think it hit like the day after Valentine's Day or that weekend, and I had no power for like 3 or 4 days that week. A little bit of water pressure. Obviously, the internet was sketchy the entire week, so my coding just off a wall. Boom, dead. Off a cliff, into a wall, stopped. And then, time off, man. Time off is a real killer, because when everything came back, I was so out of the rhythm I was normally in. Usually I'm so ritualistic. I wake up, I work out, I eat breakfast, I code, like every day, at least Monday through Friday. On the weekends, maybe, things are a little different, but Monday through Friday, that's what I do. And not doing that for a week just threw me completely off my game. Like, I'm still thrown off my game. And it's hard to get back on that horse, man. And then it was just so easy to fall into distractions. I started playing video games a lot more, League of Legends and Valheim. And that definitely got in the way of things and just started cutting into that coding time, man. And that's where I'm at right now. And when I finally managed to just block out the distractions and jump into my code editor, things kind of started going back to normal for a bit. I started doing test-driven development using Jest and learning about when and why you use test-driven development and kind of thinking of it like a mini game for your code. It's like you take out individual functions, make sure they work, make sure they give you the desired result, and then you're ready to implement them. So you test first and then implement. And I like that approach. It's really cool, and it gives flow to your projects. So I started really getting into that, and then I started the Battleship project. Woo. Man. So, real talk. That Battleship project was one of the most demoralizing projects I've done to this day. Like, when I started it, I was like, okay, I understand what's happening. But then when you have to make a grid, well, first, if you guys don't know what Battleship is, it's like a game. It's a grid-based game. Imagine there's a bunch of squares. You put your ship in a set of squares. If your opponent can guess the square that your ship is in, they take a hit. Well, I could make a board, right? I could make the grid of squares, but filling it with the boats over my head, right? Like, I couldn't figure out how to put the boats into the empty grid using React, and then, I don't know. It was just, even trying to explain it right now, it's just, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I'm not good when it comes to, like, grid-based development. I struggled like this with tic-tac-toe for a bit, too. It should be so easy, but there's something about it that it just doesn't click with me. It's over my head. So once I hit that project, man, I was already kind of shaky with my my confidence, and after that project, it just went down, man. I felt bad. I was like, why do I even bother with this? Can I even do this as a job? Is this a real option for me? And yeah, that happened for a little bit, and then I went back to playing more Valheim and more League of Legends, and yeah. All right, if you guys think I'm exaggerating, let's take a look at my GitHub. As you can see here, I started coding like somewhere in October-ish, right? That was when I very first started my line of code. I think it was mid-October. I didn't know about GitHub then. That came when I discovered the Odin project. So we started, boom, I found the Odin project, I learned about GitHub. Then in November, I'm still learning, doing projects, I'm posting. Just because I didn't upload something every day to GitHub doesn't mean I wasn't coding. Like, I was coding every single day in this time frame, like going hard. And I usually upload or make contributions when I made a substantial change or progress. And then, you know, I'm grinding through January. I think this was the first week of January, the holidays here. I'm grinding, and then all of a sudden, boom, February 15th. This was the last day that we had power. So this is when the storm hit. And then after that, boom, fell off the face of the earth. Just like that. Just like that. So I have been working on things here. I made like a project for the React video. I've done learning concepts with like Firebase, working with things in Firebase, and small code-along projects like that, but no standalone projects for myself, like nothing on my own. So I haven't uploaded anything, which kind of sucks. I gotta get something in there. Which brings me to the fork in the road that I'm currently at. You see, I'm stuck in the Odin project. I already kind of jumped ahead to see what project was beyond the Battleship, and it's a Firebase based project, right? Using backend as a service. This is a photo tagging app where you like you tag pictures, like you put a picture on there, and then like you can click on the picture. It's like Where's Waldo? There we go. That's a better way to put it. It's a Where's Waldo app, using a backend as a service. I started working on that. I had fun learning Firebase. I had fun working on something that wasn't that Battleship game, to be honest with you. But I think I need to take a break from the Odin project and work on something on my own. Now, I did try this. I found like a bunch of APIs and would try to make a project based around an API that I was interested in. Like, I found one for League of Legends, I found one for anime, and every time I found an API, I would need back-end knowledge, and I just don't have that back-end knowledge yet. And I'm so close to being done with the JavaScript portion of the Odin project. There's only like 3 things left that I feel like I just have to finish it before I go to the back end. So I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just take a break and go to the node portion of the Odin project, or if I should just learn on my own and just fucking jump right into the back end, or if I should take the third route and just kind of reinforce my JavaScript basics. Maybe start Eloquent JavaScript, redo that, and get more comfortable with that. So I'm not sure which direction I want to go, but you guys will know what I choose next month for the next monthly update, all right? And with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the projects. All right, so here we have project number 1, the memory game. Now, forgive me and excuse me for it being unstyled, but this was more of a project about application and using hooks in React. So again, this is a React-based project, so this focuses on the use state and use effect. What do you call those? I don't know what you call those. It focused on using use state and use effect. I'll go with that. All right. And so we have the game, we have all our Pokemon. Now, who's a Pokemon everybody knows? Pikachu. So we click on Pikachu. Boom, our score goes up by 1. Now we need to click on another Pokemon. Let's click on, who do we know? Charizard. Boom, our score goes up by 2. So every time we click on a unique Pokemon that we haven't clicked on previously, our score goes up by 1. To prove that, I'll show you guys again. We'll click on Gengar this time. Boom. So now we just clicked on Gengar. Our score is 3. We've clicked 3 consecutive Pokemon without repeating a selection. So now let's purposely repeat a selection. We're going to click on Gengar again. Boom. And our highest score is 3. Our score resets to 0. So we lost the round. Here I could put a pop-up that said, you lost, reset. But like I said, I didn't style this yet. It's kind of bland. But it works. It's functional, right? Function over everything. And yeah. So the memory game's simple. Smaller project. I had a lot of fun making it, getting the Pokemon pictures and everything. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Got to express some personality. All right, and here we have our second project, the one that took up the most time. Like, there was a lot of time into this project. It's the e-commerce app. It's our guitar store. Woo! We're jamming. All right, so if I was to go back and add anything, just saying right now, quick disclaimer, I'd probably put a company logo right here and a clear clear black transparent background right here with some details in it. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that. So let's get into it. So we click on the store button here. So home, first of all, home takes you here. Then if we click on the store button, we go here to the guitar store and we see the selection. We got this awesome Game of Thrones Stratocaster here for $35K. We got this George Harrison Rocky Stratocaster for $25. We got this PRS private stock McCarty 594 for 11, almost 12 grand. We got the Gibson Les Pauls, the Stratocasters, and the Telecaster. Great selection of guitars here at our store at absolutely absurd prices for the majority. All right, so let's take a look at our Game of Thrones strat. We got our little description here: a smoky, refined twist on the classic, the Sigil Collection, Game of Thrones, House Targaryen, Stratic Coaster, Page Trip. Okay, you guys get the point. You guys get the point. Yeah, it's a run-on sentence. Oh well. We have our description there. We have the quantity down here, the price right here, and the add to cart button. I want to add 5 of these bad boys to my cart because I'm a baller. Now we go check out our cart. As you see, there's a 5 up here now in our little cart selector. There's 5 items in our cart. And if we click on remove, boom, the quantity drops to 4, 3, 2, oops, I misclicked. And then finally we can empty cart and 0. But Michael, what if you want to add multiple guitars? Well, I got you covered here in my store, okay? Here at our guitar store, you can add as many guitars as you want to your cart. You want a Game of Thrones Stratocaster? Add it to the cart. You want a PRS? Add it to the cart. You want a Les Paul? Hey, add 9 to the cart. Now if we go to checkout, you see we have 11 items up here. And boom, there's our selection. We have 1 of these Game of Thrones fancy Stratocasters, 1 PRS, and 9 Les Pauls. I'm blocking that from you guys, I'm sorry. You want to remove one? Boom, we can remove all the Les Pauls in a click. Boom, we can remove the PRS, and then we can just empty cart, and there we are. And lastly, if you want to check out, you get this fancy pop-up that says, thanks for checking out my project. So yeah, that's that in React. I also made it scale down. This was the first project I really took, what do you call it, mobile sizing into consideration. I'm really not good at using Yet Media, but I tried with this one, so let's see here. Let's go home, and you're gonna see the picture shrink. Watch and learn, watch and learn, watch and learn. Boom! Now, time to point out my flaws, because you gotta know the flaws in order to build better things. So when the picture resized, I was struggling in Photoshop a little bit when it came to resizing the picture, and if you look down here, their feet have gone missing, and I used the blender effect in Photoshop and didn't do a very good job. But that's okay, because if you look at it on mobile, it scales and it looks great. The store will also scale down. Boom. There we go. Our guitars are in a flex box. They're lined up nice and neat. Easy browsing. You click on the guitar. Boom, you get the guitar, you get the description right underneath, and the add button. I actually think it looks better when it's smaller. But yes, those are the 2 projects I got done this month. Like I said, this was a rocky month, man. This one was tough for me. Had a lot of mental barriers, but when I looked at that subscriber count on YouTube, I felt a little bit better. So once again, I want to thank all of you guys who have subscribed to the content. Let me know what you want to see. I got some comments saying they want to see me go more in depth on each individual project I did in the Odin project, and I'll probably start that one next. I know I need to get my part 2 up for setting up your virtual machine for the Odin project, so expect that out soon. And then I'll probably go piece by piece, project by project, if more of you guys want that. If there's anything else you want to see from a beginner's perspective, do let me know, and I will do my best to get that out to you guys. As always, with all of my videos and all of my projects, I'll have a link down to my GitHub below where you can check them out if you want to see the code. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for this one. I don't know where we're going to be next month. I'm definitely going to be consistent with coding. I'm getting back on that horse. But I don't know what path I'm going to take yet. Like, I'm really not too sure. I'll let you guys know. If you're interested in seeing my daily progress, do follow me over on Twitter. I try to post daily updates over there, although this last month hasn't been the hottest. I'm getting back to it. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up there. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.